And then in honor and reverence for our lineage, we'll make a mandala offering and request for the teachings, words and meanings to unfold in our minds and hearts. So this page 24 if you need. The earth anointed with perfumed water and strewn with flowers, Mount Meru and the 4 continents ornamented with sun and moon, by offering them visualized as a Buddha field, may all sentient beings enjoy the pure land. Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kam Niryatayami. According to the wishes of sentient beings and their capacities, for the high and low, common and uncommon vehicles, please turn the wheel of Dharma. So, again and again, we have the great opportunity to meet, to study, to contemplate, to practice these profound teachings, which are nothing but revealing our true nature. So how beautiful, and just rejoicing, and as usual, just rejoicing, relaxing, reflecting a little upon our really wonderful, beautiful situation, generating vast bodhicitta for all beings without exception, and keeping the pure view of the 3 Vajra states and the perfect combination of causes and conditions that bringing us all together now. So last week, we kind of, as far as thinking about things, we're focusing a little bit more on, I think, looking at how we're structuring our practice. So always around what we call the 3 frames, meaning good in the middle, good in the beginning, good in the middle, good in the end, kind of what a little bit touching on what that means. And then also talked about, as far as good in the beginning, which we're carrying through to the end, is our view, our really basic motivation. So also talked about these things, the 3 motivations, and how they reflect, again, to the whole of our practice, which is the basic motivations of all 3 yanas, which we practice as a unity in our practice lineage. So the motivations of joy, appreciation, renunciation as 1, the motivation of bodhicitta as 2, and the motivation of devotion and pure perception as 3. So I thought, just again, we're all practicing together, and kind of really just reviewing for myself and for all of us, just some of the basic things that just help set good foundations for our practice. And so one of those things is, of course, just as in reflecting on good in the beginning, maybe I thought just to go over a little bit more the breath purification. A few people had asked about that, and it's definitely something really helpful and definitely part of our lineage. And so why do we do the breath purification? Essentially to release the stale energies of our mind and our body and let the natural, fresh wisdom winds ride. I think we all know, the Buddha pointed out this thing called the 3 doors, which make up the one way of taking in the whole of our experience, and that is our body, our speech, our mind. Or another way of thinking of that is all forms, all movement, and all spaciousness. So in the view of looking at just setting in for practice, one way of looking within our body at those things is, it's said in the teachings that the body is made out of many, many channels. And through those channels, our wind energy is moving. And along that wind moves our consciousness, the essence of our experience. And so the Buddha pointed out, how having good posture, letting the winds be flowing naturally, the energies in our body flowing naturally, resting our mind in spaciousness and awareness is just good posture. So with posture, of course, we have this very renowned, the 7-point posture of Virachana. And the essence of that is, again, there's many instructions in this, even in many of Rinpoche's books, but we could go over just briefly. But essentially, having our legs be, if we're sitting on the floor, having a good base. And often, if you're sitting on the floor on a cushion, if your hips are just a little bit above your knees, even when you're in a chair, if your hips are a little bit above your knees, it helps your spine fall into a natural alignment. And so, like if you're sitting cross-legged or in lotus, half lotus, or sitting, on a cushion with your knees under you, it's all good. But having a good base where you can relax and having your knees a little below your hips. So then the next point is then having an erect spine. So again, that's not ramrod straight, but relaxed, and our back does have a natural sway. So in the lower back, so just feeling that, or like a stack of coins, feeling the length of your spine that's supported by your legs and your pelvis. And then if your chin is a little tucked, that lets your spine continue up into your head. And shoulders are relaxed. The hands can be either in the equanimity mudra or resting on your knees. And then they say like your arms and shoulders are like vulture wings. But essentially I think that means your back is open, your chest is open, relaxed, nothing's pinched, and just let it hang. And then our eyes are slightly open and can be looking gently down in front of us. And then our tongue can be resting gently up behind our teeth on our top roof of our mouth. And I find it helpful to really focus on also the center of gravity of the body, which is, if you count, the way of feeling into that is about 4 fingers below your navel. If you kind of gently rock, it's kind of where our center of gravity is, or if you've done any kind of martial arts or perhaps any massage work or anything, finding that center is helpful. And including with our meditation posture. So that's our posture. The idea is when our channels or our body is in good alignment, then our winds can travel smoothly and be balanced. And when our winds are traveling smoothly and are balanced, then our mind is peaceful and more naturally clear. And so then our 3 main channels that make up the body, I'm sure we've all heard, there's many channels that go up and branch. The 3 main channels are the central channel, which again begins about 4 fingers below the navel and goes straight up to the top of our head and comes out there. And then we have a right channel that runs up along the right side of the central channel and kind of loops around, and said to exit by our right nostril. And our left channel again begins at the base of the channels, about 3 or 4 fingers below the navel, comes up the left side, around, and exits near the left nostril. So these are the 3 central channels of the body. And of course there's many, many, many channels. Where those channels intersect are what's called the chakras. But we're focusing, Buddha said, focusing on these 3 main channels. That's the source of things. And especially in clearing the stale winds we've accumulated out of our misperception and actions from beginningless time is what we'll do. And so we're going to be focusing with good posture, focusing to then working on relaxing, letting our winds come into freshness and vitality. Feeling that. So first we have what's called the Vajra fist. If we put our fingers about at the base of our ring finger, there's a little pressure spot there, and you can fold your fingers over your thumb and then pull these fingers back. Don't worry if you don't have it all. And then we're going to put our hands down on the base of our torso at the top of our legs, and going to press down along our thighs, and when we reach our knees we'll flip over, and then we're going to pull back with our hands facing in and come up and out, and then let our hands fall to our knees, and then we're going to breathe in and bring our hands back to this posture and expel all the stale karmic winds from our right nostril. And then we'll repeat the same with the left nostril. And then we'll repeat the same with the central channel. This time we'll keep our mouth open and can exhale a little there, and then as we do that, when we're clearing the right channel, it said we're kind of focusing on expelling all the stale karmic winds we've collected that are built up from all of our anger. When we're expelling the left, this stale winds out of our left channel, we're concentrating on expelling all the stale karmic winds we've accumulated from all of our grasping. And then when we were expelling the karmic winds out of the central channel, we're expelling all the stale winds associated with ignorance. And what are we breathing in? We're breathing in our freshness, the wisdom winds, letting that natural vitality flow through our body and rise and clear and kind of just flush out all of the stale energies. So basically we're purifying our ignorance, our attachment, our anger, bringing out our wisdom and compassion. And so we'll do that. And then the visualization is you can visualize breathing in. When we're breathing out, we can imagine the stale energies of the right coming out like just kind of putrid yellowish energy, and the channel filling with brilliant white energy. And then similarly, the left, all the stale attachment winds, being body filling with wisdom winds and pushing out all of the kind of in dark red, kind of putrid attachments. And then when we're expelling, the wisdom winds are flowing through and rising out, flushing out all the stale energy from our ignorance. That's kind of expelling like dark blue smoke from the top. And then we're filled with the brilliant sapphire light. And then we just rest with that. So anyway, this is a little review of that. So let's do that as we continue with our practice. So we do that set 3 times, and then can just rest with that and let things come in, relax our mind. So with our good posture, like they say, mountain-like body, supported by the earth, open to the sky, breathing naturally, all of our senses like a clear, still lake, reflecting everything without any discrimination. And space-like mind. These are the 3 good postures. And then it's very interesting. I was thinking, we were talking about the 3 frames last week, or the 3 noble ones. And we didn't really talk a lot about the main practice, but I just thought to remind ourselves of one thing. Traditionally, these 3 noble ones, one way of saying them very precisely. And so if we just reflect on that a little bit and relax with that, is, the first noble, like we talked so many times, so essential, because it's nothing but the whole of what the Buddha is pointing out. Bodhichitta, joy, devotion, appreciation. It's the first noble one. Another way, traditionally, the main practice, the second noble one, is called non-conception. beautiful. Resting with that. Vajra body, speech, mind. Learning just to drop all our mundane conceptions and our ego clinging and accept things as they are. And then of course during our main practice we have all these skillful means where we are using conceptions, but conceptions to bring us beyond conception. Like Rinpoche says, like homeopathic medicine. Or to get water out of the ear, putting some water in. So accepting things as they are, not solely how they seem. Use concepts to clear conceptions. And they say, abiding in our rigpa is what cuts all the chain of delusion that we've been wandering with since limitless time. And so the main practice of non-conception, we could also think, is really, we're talking about meditation. And of course we have many skillful means of meditation. And in this particular time, we're doing this Ngondro practice. But along with this, we're trying to just carry these thoughts with us and absorb them into our minds and hearts, and keeping that view of just that vast, spacious, empty nature of things and the clarity aspect of our awareness, and resting with that, coming again and again back to that. So beautiful, so important, so vital. And then of course, then the third frame is dedication and aspiration. But then in our main practice, I'm not going to talk long because we should start our practice, but again, just reminding all the Buddha's teachings of meditation come in two parts, right? The shamatha and vipassana. So just checking in with ourselves, if we're relating with that in any way with our practice. It's helpful for me at least. Right? The essence of shamatha is calm abiding and learning, developing our concentration and ability to not be distracted by appearances, whether they're external or internal. Instead of restlessly roaming and wandering, developing the ability to relax and concentrate and focus and be undistracted. And then with that as a very, very, very good skill and ability to develop, then the second aspect of all the Buddhist meditations of vipassana, or supreme seeing, are able to unfold more clearly and beautifully. So the essence, in brief, the essence of shamatha is holding a focus, having an anchor. The essence of vipassana is relaxing, releasing, opening. And then as we're chanting, as we're practicing, as we're visualizing, we're actually practicing these two as a unity. And so just relaxing with that, bringing that into our own experience. Meditation means literally becoming familiar. We have to do that for ourselves. So I think that's all I'm going to say for today. And we'll start our practice. So just kind of using that as something to remind ourselves with. We'll continue now with our Ngondro practice. And we'll just sit for a few moments and then we'll begin. We'll say the 7-line prayer, and then we'll begin with the calling the Lama from afar in the Ngondro, which is on page 18. Mojin yuji nu chan sam, Padma ge sadum bola, Yatsin jogi nu dupni, Padma jung ni shi sujak, Kodu kanro mang bekor, Chichi jesu dag ruji, Jinji lobji shik su sol, Guru Padma Siddhi Hum. Om Mojin Yujie Nu Chan Sam, Padma Ge Sadum Pola, Yatsin Jogi Nu Rupni, Padma Jung Ni Shi Sudrak, Kodu Kanro Mang Bekor, Chechi Jesu Dag Ruji, Jinji lobji shik su sol, Guru Padma Siddhi Hum. Om Mojin yuji nu chan sam, Padma ge sadum pola, Yatsin jogi nu rupni, Padma jung ni shi sudrak, Kodu kanro mang bekor, Chechi jesu dak ruji, Jinji lobji shik su sol, Guru Padma Siddhi Hum. Samantabhadra, Vajrasattva, Brahmadavajra, Sri Sangha, Padmakara, the 25 king and subjects, So, Zur, Nop, Nyak, the 100 Tirthans and others, Lamas of Kama and lineages, to you I pray. In the past you were the Vidyadhara, Nudan Dorje Tsal. In the future you will be the Buddha Mopataye. Now you are the regent of Padmasambhava, the actual presence of Dragpa and Lotsawa. Jigjal Yeshe Dorje, to you I pray. Happy with little, content and rich in jewels of the three trainings, with loving compassion, seeing all beings as parents. Through threefold realization, you made 3 doors, 3 Vajras. Virtuous monk, Pema Tsotram, to you I pray. The supreme tradition of the glorious Buddha, Padmasambhava, which is the essential view and doctrine of the early translation school, you keep alive and spread by the light of wisdom. Lord of Dharma, great Khenpo, I pray at your lotus feet. In the palace of the Ogaman Dharmadhatu, the essence of all the Buddhas of the 3 times, the one who shows clearly the Dharmakaya of my own mind, we pray to the Honorable Root Guru, glorious Root Teacher, Precious One, dwelling on the lotus seat on the crown of my head. Hold me with your great kindness. Bestow the accomplishments of body, speech, and mind. We'll continue with calling the Lama from afar. The essence, primordially unchanging, the innate nature, free from elaboration, dwells as the youthful vase body, the originally pure, profound clarity. Dharmakaya Lama, Yeshe Dorje, be aware of me. Please grant the blessings to attain great confidence in the view. The nature, unceasing, conjoined configuration of luminous clarity dwells as the display of the spontaneously present 5 certainties. Sambhogakaya Lama, Dechen Dorje, be aware of me. Please grant the blessings to perfect great ability in meditation. The compassion without bias, the primordial wisdom free from all limitations, dwells as the essence of all-pervading naked awareness emptiness. Nirmanakaya Lama, Drodo Lingpa, be aware of me. Please grant the blessings to accomplish great progress in action. The primordial ground of one's own awareness is unchanging and unmoving. Whatever arises as the expression of Dharmakaya is neither good nor bad. Since awareness of nowness is actually the Buddha, the completely free, serene Lama is revealed in one's innermost heart. When this original mind is realized as the very nature of the Lama, there is no need for whining, contrived prayers made with grasping and attachment. By letting go in the free, natural flow of uncontrived awareness, not holding whatever arises, the blessings of self-liberation are obtained. Through fabricated practice, there is no time to achieve enlightenment. This meditation produced through mental analysis and intellect is a deceiving enemy. Now conceptualization falls apart with the abandon of a madman. Let this life be spent in a state of uninhibited, naked ease. Whatever one does, joyful, practitioner of the great perfection, in any company, happy, lineage holder of the lotus-born, protector without rival, great treasure revealing Lama, teachings beyond compare, heart essence of the Dakinis. By having dispelled the heart's darkness, great ignorance in its own place, the undiminished sun of luminous clarity shines continuously. This good fortune is the kindness of the Lama, the only Father. Unrepayable kindness, only remember the Lama. Unrepayable kindness, only remember the Lama. Unrepayable kindness, only remember the Lama. We'll turn to the four thoughts, page 27. Namo lume tenji gompo lama chin daljo dini shindu net parka jetse mita chiwe chu chen yin Gedik lechi judre luwa met Kamsun golwa dukna jamsunam Drene daklo chula jurwar shok Namo, Lama, infallible, constant protector, be aware of me. The freedoms and favorable conditions of this human birth are extremely difficult to obtain. Everything born is impermanent and bound to die. The results of virtuous and unvirtuous actions, which are causes, are inexorable. The three realms of cyclic existence have the nature of an ocean of suffering. Remembering this, may my mind turn towards the Dharma. Namo, Lama, infallible, constant protector, be aware of me. The freedoms and favorable conditions of this human birth are extremely difficult to obtain. Everything born is impermanent and bound to die. The results of virtuous and unvirtuous actions, which are causes, are inexorable. The three realms of cyclic existence have the nature of an ocean of suffering. Remembering this, may my mind turn towards the Dharma. Namo, Lama, infallible, constant protector, be aware of me. The freedoms and favorable conditions of this human birth are extremely difficult to obtain. Everything born is impermanent and bound to die. The results of virtuous and unvirtuous actions, which are causes, are inexorable. The three realms of cyclic existence have the nature of an ocean of suffering. Remembering this, may my mind turn towards the Dharma. move to the refuge with prostrations. So again, we'll recite this a few times, and then if you'd like to, we get up here and we'll do this section of the practice together, making prostrations to the shrine of Padmasambhava Ling. So please join us if you'd like, as you will from there. Again, within the presence of Guru Rinpoche at the center of the refuge tree, in all of its splendor, embodiment of all three jewels, three roots, in this pure land of Dhanakosha, with all the mother and father of this life by our right and left, all sentient beings gathered before us, in one voice with our body, speech, and mind, paying reverence to all the objects of refuge, all those who've realized true nature in all of its splendor and glory, compassion, wisdom, and power, embodied as Guru Padmasambhava, with all the Buddhas of the three times, all the Bodhisattvas, all the Dharmas, texts resounding, all the Dakinis, Dharmapalas, and all the deities of the inner tantras, all the Harukas, everyone. Dizong Changchub Ningpo Mato Bar Lama Kunchok Sumla Chabsu Chi. Dizong Changchub Ningpo Mato Bar Lama Kunchok Sumla Chabsu Chi. Dizong Changchub Ningpo Mato Bar Lama Kuncho Sumla Chabsu Chi. From now until attaining the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in the Lama, the three jewels. From now until attaining the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in the Lama, the three jewels. From now until attaining the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in the Lama, the three jewels. Continue with the meditation. Dizung Changchu Nimpo Mato Bar Lama Kuncho Sumla Japsu Chi. Dizung Changchu Nimpo Mato Lama Kuncho Sumla Japsu Chi. Dizung Changchu Nimpo Mato Bar Lama Kuncho Sumla Japsu Chi. From now until the attainment of the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in the Lama, the three jewels. From now until attainment of the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in the Lama, the three jewels. From now until the attainment of the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in the Lama, the three jewels. From now until the attainment of the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in the Lama, the three jewels. From now until the attainment of the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in the Lama, the three jewels. From now until the attainment of the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in the Lama, the three jewels. From now until the attainment of the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in the Lama, the three jewels. From now until the attainment of the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in the Lama, the three jewels. From now until the attainment of the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in the Lama, the three jewels. From now until the attainment of the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in the three jewels. From now until the attainment of the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in the From now until the attainment of the heart of enlightenment. Now until the attainment of the heart, I take refuge Take refuge. Take refuge in the Lama. From now to attainment of the heart. Refuge in the Lama. From now to attainment of the heart and mind. Take refuge in the Lama. From now. Now to attain. Take refuge. Now to attain the heart. I take refuge. Three jewels. Now to attain the heart. Now to attain the heart of enlightenment. From now to attainment of the heart. Now to attainment. Take refuge in the Lama, the three jewels. Now to attainment. Take refuge in the three jewels. Now to attainment. Take refuge in the Lama, the three jewels. Now to attain. I take refuge in the Lama. I take refuge in the Lama, the three jewels. Now to take heart. I take refuge. Dizung Changchu Ningpo Mato Bar Lama Konchok Sumla Chabsuchi. From now until the attainment of the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in the three jewels. From now until the attainment of the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in the Lama, the three jewels. From now until the attainment of the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in the Lama, the three jewels. From now until the attainment of the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in the Lama, the three jewels. From now until the attainment of the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in the Lama, the three jewels. with that, we'll move into generating our bodhicitta with Guru Padmasambhava and all the objects of refuge as our witness, making our bodhicitta aspiration and commitment. Dani shungte korwa matombar maju simchin kunji pende drup. Dani shungte korwa matombar maju simchin kunji pende drup. Dani shungte korwa matombar maju simchin kunji pende drup. From now until samsara becomes empty, I shall accomplish the benefits and happiness of all sentient parent beings. From now until samsara becomes empty, I shall accomplish the benefits and happiness of all sentient parent beings. From now until samsara becomes empty, I shall accomplish the benefits and happiness of all sentient parent beings. And we'll all continue with this meditation and recitation. Everyone go at their own rate in whatever language they're choosing, connecting with the meaning. We'll do this for about a mala or so. Dani shumte korwa matumbar maju simchin kunje pende drup dani maju simchin kunje pende drup dani shumte korwa matumbar pende drup dani shumte korwa matumbar maju simchin kunje pende drup dani korwa matumbar maju simchin kunje pende drup dani shumte korwa matumbar maju simchin kunje pende drup dani shumte korwa matumbar maju simchin kunje pende drup dani shumte korwa matumbar maju simchin kunje Dani shunte 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 korwa matumbar Dani shunte korwa matumbar maju simchin kunje pande Dani shunte korwa maju simchin kunje pande Dani shunte korwa matumbar maju Dani shunte korwa matumbar maju simchin kunje pande shunte korwa matumbar maju simchin kunje pande Dani shunte korwa matumbar maju simchin kunje pande Dani shunte korwa matumbar maju simchin kunje Dani shunte korwa matumbar maju simchin kunje Dani shunte korwa matumbar maju simchin kunje pande Shunte korwa matumbar maju simchin kunje pande Dani shunte korwa maju simchin kunje pande Dani shunte korwa matumbar maju simchin kunje Dani shunte korwa matumbar maju simchin kunje pande matumbar maju simchin kunje pande Dani shunte korwa maju simchin kunje pande now until samsara becomes empty I shall come all sentient parent beings from now until samsara shall accomplish the now until samsara becomes empty. From 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 now until samsara becomes empty. Dani shungti korwa matombar Maju semchen kunji pende drup. From now until samsara becomes empty, I shall accomplish the benefits and happiness of all sentient parent beings. We'll make our mandala offering. If you have the plate and substances to offer, please do that. If not, with our body, we can make the mandala mudra. Again, offering up everything to the three jewels. Sirap kunji lodang lon chot pal Sokni sokche konchok sumlabu Serap kunji ludang lonchot pal Sokni sokche konchok sumlabu Serap kunji ludang lonchot pal Sokni sokche konchok Sumlabu. The bodies, enjoyments, possessions, and glories of the succession of all my lifetimes I offer to the three jewels in order to complete the two accumulations. The bodies, enjoyments, possessions, and glories of the succession of all my lifetimes I offer to the three jewels in order to complete the two accumulations. the bodies, enjoyments, possessions, and glories of the succession of all my lifetimes, I offer to the three jewels in order to complete the two accumulations. Serap kunje lodang doncho pa sotni soche konjo. Serap kunje lodang doncho pa sotni soche konjo sumna bu. Serap kunje lodang doncho pa sotni soche konjo sumna bu. Serap kunje lodang doncho pa sotni soche konjo sumna bu. Serap kunje lodang doncho pa sotni soche konjo sumna bu. Session of all my lifetimes, I offer to the jewels in order to complete the two accumulations. Bodies, enjoyments, possessions, and glories of the succession of all my lifetimes, I offer to three jewels in order to complete the two accumulations. The bodies, enjoyments, possessions, and glories of the succession of all my lifetimes, I offer to the three jewels in order to complete the two accumulations. The bodies, enjoyments, possessions, and glories the succession of all my lifetimes, I offer to three jewels in order to complete the two accumulations. Bodies, enjoyments, possessions, and glories, the succession of all my lifetimes, I offer to three jewels in order to complete the two accumulations. Bodies, enjoyments, possessions, and glories, the succession of all my lifetimes, I offer to in order to complete the two accumulations. Bodies, enjoyments, possession of all my lifetimes, I offer three jewels in order to complete the two accumulations. Bodies, enjoyments, possessions, and glories of possession all my lifetimes, I offer three jewels. Bodies, enjoyments, possessions, and glories all my lifetimes, I offer three jewels. Bodies, enjoyments, possessions, and glories of possession of all my lifetimes, I offer three jewels in order to complete the two accumulations. Bodies, enjoyments, possessions, and glories of possession of all my lifetimes, I offer three jewels in order to complete the two accumulations. The bodies, enjoyments, possessions, and glories of possession of all my lifetimes, I offer three jewels in order to complete the two accumulations. Bodies, enjoyments, possessions, and glories of possession of all my lifetimes, I offer three jewels in order to complete the two accumulations. Bodies, enjoyments, possessions, and glories of possession of all my lifetimes, I offer three jewels in order to complete the two accumulations. Bodies, enjoyments, possessions, and glories of possession of all my life, I offer three jewels in order to complete the two accumulations. Bodies, enjoyments, possessions, and glories of succession of all my life, I offer three jewels in order to complete the two accumulations. Bodies, enjoyments, possessions, and glories of succession of all my lifetime, I offer three jewels in order to complete the two accumulations. Bodies, enjoyments, possessions, and glories of succession of all my lifetime, I offer three jewels in order to complete the two accumulations. Bodies, enjoyments, possessions, and glories of succession of all my lifetime, I offer three jewels in order to complete the two accumulations. Bodies, enjoyments, possessions, and glories of succession of all my lifetime, offer to the three jewels in order to complete the two accumulations. Bodies, enjoyments, possessions, and glories of succession of all my lifetime, I offer three jewels in order to complete the two accumulations. Bodies, enjoyments, possessions, and glories of succession of all my lifetime, I offer three jewels in order to complete the two accumulations. Bodies, enjoyments, possessions, and glories times I offer three jewels in order to complete the two accumulations. Bodies, enjoyments, possessions, and glories of possession of all my lifetimes, I offer three jewels in order to complete the two accumulations. Bodies, enjoyments, possessions, and glories of possession of all my lifetimes, I offer three jewels in order to complete the two accumulations. Bodies, enjoyments, possessions, and glories of possession of all my lifetimes, offer three jewels in order to complete the two accumulations. The bodies, enjoyments, possessions, and glories of the succession of all my lifetimes, I offer to the three jewels in order to complete the two accumulations. The bodies, possessions, enjoyments, and glories of the succession of all my lifetimes, I offer to the three jewels in order to complete the two accumulations. The bodies, enjoyments, possessions, and glories of the succession of all my lifetimes, I offer to the three jewels in order to complete the two accumulations. Turning, we'll move to the purification of obscurations with the great support of Vajrasattva meditation. Page 32. Chivo lama dorsem yed met pe kule dutse junbap dribjang jur. Above one's head is Vajrasattva, inseparable from the Lama. From Vajrasattva's body, a nectar stream descends, purifying one's obscurations. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manopalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Tishadiru Mebawa Sutukayo Mebawa Subhajayo Mebawa Anurato Mebawa Savasidi Meprayata Savakama Sutome Jizam Chiriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajra Mame Munza Vajre Bhava Maha Samaya Satoa Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manopalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Tishadiro Mebhava Sutukaya Mebhava Subhachaya Mebhava Anurato Mebhava Sarvasidi Meprayata Savakama Sutome Jizam Chiriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajra Mame Munza Vajre Bhava Maha Samaya Satoa Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Tishadiro Mebhava Sutukaya Mebhava Subhachaya Mebhava Anurato Mebhava Savasidi Meprayata Savakama Sutome Jitam Chiriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajra Mame Munza Vajre Bhava Maha Samaya Sato Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manopalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Tishadiro Mebhava Subhachaya Mebhava Subhachaya Mebhava Anurato Meprayata Savakama Sutome Jitam Chiriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajra Mame Munza Vajre Bhava Maha Samaya Sato Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manopalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Subhajaya Mebhava Subhajaya Mebhava Anurato Mebhava Savasiri Meprayata Savakama Sutome Jitam Chiriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajra Mame Munza Vajre Bhava Maha Samaya Sato Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manopalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Tishadiro Mebhava Subhajaya Mebhava Subhajaya Mebhava Anurato Mebhava Savasiri Meprayata Savakama Sutome Jitam Chiriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajra Mame Munza Vajre Bhava Maha Samaya Sato Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manopalaya Subhajaya Mebhava Subhajaya Mebhava Anurato Mebhava Savasiri Meprayata Savakama Sutome Jitam Chiriyam Guru Hum Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajra Mame Munza Vajre Bhava Maha Samaya Sato Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manopalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Tishadiro Mebhava Subhajaya Mebhava Subhajaya Mebhava Anarada me baba zubazire me parayaza sawa kama sutta me jisam jivam guru hum bhagavan sarvatata gata bhadramami munza bhadri baba ma samya satova bharazava samya manu bhalaya bharazava denaba dida dida me baba zubajaya me baba zubajaya me baba anarata me baba sabazire me parayaza sawa kama sutta me jisam jivam guru hum bhagavan Sabadata gata bhadramami munza bhadri baba ma samya satova bharazava samya manu bhalaya Bharazava denaba dida dida me baba zubajaya me baba zubajaya me baba Anuratu me bhava sabaziri me prayata savagama sutta me jisam jivam guru hum bhagavan savatata gata varama me munza vari bhava ma samya satova bharazava samya manu bhalaya bharazava denaba dida dida me bhava subhajaya me bhava anuratu me bhava sabaziri me prayata savagama sutta me jisam jivam guru hum bhagavan savatata gata varama me munza vari bhava ma samya satova Om Bharazava Samaya Manu Bhalaya Bharazava Denaba Dida Dida Me Bhava Subhajaya Me Bhava Subhajaya Me Bhava Anurata Me Bhava Sabasiri Me Prayata Savagama Sutta Me Jisam Jivam Guru Hum Bhagavan Savadana Gata Varama Me Munza Variva Masamya Sadhava Om Bharazava Samaya Manu Bhalaya Bharazava Denaba Dida Dida Me Bhava Subhajaya Me Bhava Subhajaya Me Bhava Anurata Me Bhava Sabasiri Me Prayata Savagama Sutta Me Jisam Jivam Guru Hum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sabadana Gata Varama Me Munza Variva Masamya Sadhava Om Bharazava Samaya Manu Bhalaya Bharazava Denaba Dida Dida Me Bhava Subhajaya Me Bhava Subhajaya Me Bhava Anurata Me Bhava Sabasiri Me Prayata Savagama Sutta Me Jisam Jivam Guru Hum Bhagavan Sabadana Gata Varama Me Munza Variva Masamya Sadhava Om Bharazava Samaya Manu Bhalaya Bharazava Denaba Dida Dida Me Bhava Subhajaya Me Bhava Subhajaya Me Bhava Anurata Me Bhava Sabasiri Me Prayata Savagama Sutta Me Jisam Jivam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Varama Me Munza Varama Samya Sadhava Bharazava Samaya Manu Bhalaya Bharazava Denaba Dida Dida Me Bhava Subhajaya Me Bhava Subhajaya Me Bhava Anurata Me Bhava Sabasiri Me Prayata Savagama Sutta Me Jisam Jivam Guru Hum Bhagavan Sabadana Gata Varama Me Munza Variva Masamya Sadhava Om Bharazava Samaya Manu Bhalaya Bharazava Denaba Dida Dida Me Bhava Subhajaya Me Bhava Subhajaya Me Bhava Anurata Me Bhava Sabasiri Me Prayata Savagama Sutta Me Jisam Jivam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sabadana Gata Varama Me Munza Variva Masamya Sadhava Om Bharazava Samaya Manu Bhalaya Bharazava Denaba Dida Dida Me Bhava Subhajaya Me Bhava Subhajaya Me Bhava Anurata Me Bhava Sabasiri Me Prayata Savagama Sutta Me Jisam Jivam Guru Hum Bhagavan Sabadana Gata Varama Me Munza Variva Masamya Sadhava Om Bharazava Samaya Manu Bhalaya Bharazava Denaba Dida Dida Me Bhava Subhajaya Me Bhava Subhajaya Me Bhava Anurata Me Bhava Sabasiri Me Prayata Savagama Sutta Me Jisam Jivam Guru Hum Bhagavan Sabadana Gata Varama Me Munza Variva Samya Sadhava Om Bharazava Samaya Manu Bhalaya Bharazava Denaba Dida Dida Me Bhava Subhajaya Me Bhava Subhajaya Me Bhava Anurata Me Bhava Sabasiri Me Prayata Savagama Sutta Me Jisam Jivam Guru Hum Bhagavan Sabadana Gata Varama Me Munza Variva Samya Sadhava Om Bharazava Samaya Manu Bhalaya Bharazava Denaba Dida Dida Me Bhava Subhajaya Me Bhava Subhajaya Me Bhava Anurata Me Bhava Sabasiri Me Prayata Savagama Sutta Me Jisam Jivam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajrama Me Munza Vajri Bhava Maha Samaya Sato A Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Bhalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Tisha Dido Me Bhava Sudukaya Me Bhava Subhajaya Me Bhava Anurato Me Bhava Sarva Siddhi Me Prayata Savagama Sutta Me Jisam Jivam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajrama Me Munza Vajre Bhava Maha Samaya Sato A Om Vajrasattva Hum Om Vajrasattva Hum Om Vajrasattva Hum 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 Om Vajrasattva Hum 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 Vajrasattva Hum
Om Vajrasattva Usu dak nang dang de rochik jur.
Vajrasattva melts into light and becomes mingled in one taste with one's own aware perceptions.
Rangni doje na jo dunkaru sawe lama peme kojenju.
Oneself is Vajrayogini, and in the sky in front, the root teacher manifests in the form of Padmasambhava.
Dusum sanje malu tu peku sawe lama chogla solwa dip dichi bado sundu tuk jesun du son junche me pa jinjilo du sum sanje malu du peku sawe lama chogla solwa dip dichi bado sundu tuk jesun du sun junche me pa jinjilo. Dusum sanje malu tu peku sawe lama chogla solwa dip dichi bado sundu tukje sum dusun junche mepa jinji lo. The embodiment of all the Buddhas of the three times without exception, most excellent root teacher, I pray to you, in this and future lives and in the bardo, in these three, hold me with your compassion, bless me ceaselessly throughout the three times. Embodiment of all the Buddhas of the three times without exception, most excellent root teacher, I pray to you, in this and future lives and in the bardo, in these three, hold me with your compassion. Bless me ceaselessly throughout the three times. The embodiment of all the Buddhas of the three times, without exception, most excellent root teacher, I pray to you, in this and future lives and in the bardo, in these three, hold me with your compassion. Bless me ceaselessly throughout the three times. Om Ahum Vajrasattva Padma Siddhihung. 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 Om Ahum Vajrasattva Padma Siddhung. 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 Om 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 Ahum Vajrasattva Padma Siddhung. Om Ahum Vajrasattva Padma Siddhung. Guru Padma Siddhung. Om Ahum Vajrasattva 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 Padma Siddhung. Om 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 Ahum Vajrasattva Padma Siddhung. Om 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 Ahum Vajrasattva Padma Siddhung. Om Vajrasattva Padma Siddhung. Om Ahum Vajrasattva Padma Siddhung. Om Ahum Vajrasattva Padma Siddhung. Om 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 Ahum 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 Vaj Om Ahum Bara Guru Bem Zerong 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 Om Ahum Bara Guru Om Bara Guru Bem Zerong Om Ahum 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 Bara Guru Om Ahum Bara Guru Bem Zerong 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 Om Ahum Bara Om Ahum Bara Guru Bem Zerong 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 Om Ahum Bara Guru Bem Om Ahum Bara Guru Bem Zerong 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 Om Ahum Bara Guru Bem Om Ahum Bara Guru Bem Zerong 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 Om Ahum Bara Guru Bem Hum Om Ahum Bara Guru Bem Hum Om Ahum Bara Guru Bem Hum Kusun Tukchi Wangjin Yongso To. The blessings and empowerments of body, speech, and mind are completely and perfectly obtained. Vajra Guru Kaya Waka Zita Siddhi Hum Lama Wosuram Tim Yed Menang Riktong Donji La Merang Zalta. The Lama dissolves into light, is absorbed into oneself, and becomes inseparable with one's own state of being. Behold the emptiness awareness, the true face of the Lama.
Continue. Amitabha's aspiration for a poa. Page 40. Gumbo opa mela solwa dip zablam powa jongwa jinjilo. I pray to the protector Amitabha, the Buddha of limitless light. Grant me the blessing to become accomplished in the profound path of Poa. I pray to the protector Amitabha, the Buddha of limitless light. Grant me the blessing to become accomplished in the profound path of Poa. I pray to the protector Amitabha, the Buddha of limitless light. Grant me the blessing to become accomplished in the profound path of Poa. Continue with the charity of the body, the dedication of virtues. Dane ludang lon chut get sa che ma jo do la pang pa mit pa tang do dun lap chin gek me du pa sho. Now my body, possessions, and the source of my virtue all together, I give without clinging to all beings who have been my parents. May I accomplish great benefits unobstructedly for all beings. Now my body, possessions, and the source of my virtue all together, I give without clinging to all beings who have been my parents. May I accomplish great benefits unobstructedly for all beings. Now my body, possessions, and the source of my virtue all together, I give without clinging to all beings who have been my parents. May I accomplish great benefits unobstructedly for all beings. We'll dedicate the merit, so returning to our daily prayers book, beginning on 29. Gangrira we korwe shinkamsu pendandewa malu jungwe ne chenrezi kwantinzin jamsoyi shape kaje badu tenju chik. 26. Om swasti bedzayantu choksum sasum jitu padmajung ningne sodep tukje tujinji kenjen balden cherap tu peku kutse tangshin sesan dachin chok. Om 30. Om swasti sewang rigzin be mejen lapchi don yidupe laksam noden la shedup kolo sumji pajote Sanchen natang chogle namja sho. We'll continue dedicating the merit on 32. By this merit, may all obtain omniscience. May it defeat the enemy, wrongdoing. From the stormy waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death, from the ocean of samsara, may I free all beings. May the sole source of benefit and happiness, the Buddhist teachings, remain for a long time. And may the victory banner of the lives of the noble ones, the holders of the teachings, remain firm. May all the temples and monasteries, all the readings and recitations of Dharma flourish. May the Sangha always be in harmony, and may our aspirations be achieved. The sole remedy for the suffering of sentient beings, the source of every joy, is the teaching. May it remain honorably upheld and flourish for a long time. May all the numberless beings who are sick be quickly freed from sickness. May all the afflictions of sentient beings never again arise. May all sentient beings always be joyful. May all births into lower realms cease forever. May the wishes of all the bodhisattvas in all the bhumi swiftly reach fruition. At this very moment, for the peoples and nations of the earth, may not even the names disease, famine, war, and suffering be heard, and rather may pure conduct, merit, wealth, and prosperity increase, and may supreme good fortune and well-being always arise. The precious bodhicitta, in those without it, may it be generated. In those who have it, may it never diminish, and always continue increasing. Throughout the succession of lives into which I shall be born, may I obtain the 7 qualities of the upper realms of existence. May I meet the Dharma immediately after taking birth, and have the freedom to practice accordingly. May I please the holy lamas and practice Dharma day and night. By understanding the Dharma and practicing its inmost essence, in that life may I cross the ocean of samsara. In samsara may I expound the excellent holy doctrine. May I not become bored and tired of accomplishing the benefit of others. By my own tremendous and partial service to others, may everyone attain Buddhahood together. May the lotus feet of the Guru who glorifies the teachings be firm. May the noble ones who hold the teachings encompass the earth. May the prosperity and dominion of the patrons of the teachings increase, and may the teachings auspiciously remain for a long time. May the secret treasures of all the victorious ones, their incomparably supreme teachings, arise as the sun in the sky, gloriously pervading the entire universe. Nectar essence of all the teachings of the victorious one, great charioteer of the secret Vajrayana teachings of the early translation school, emanation of Nupchen Sanjay Yeshe, great Turton Sasum Lingpa, may your profound treasure pervade the entire world. May the soul's swift path of all the Buddhas, the supreme vehicle, the great perfection, unanimously praised by all the victorious ones, the early translation school tradition of the king of the victorious ones, Padmasambhava, the conqueror's doctrine, pervade auspiciously throughout all directions. May the great tradition of Khenpo Shantarakshita, Lopom Padmasambhava, and Dharma King Trisen Detsen increase and spread throughout the 3-realm world. May the appearance of the 3 jewels and the mind streams of beings remain inseparable and bring sublime well-being throughout the 3 times. Deity, mantra, and dharmakaya are the nature of appearance, sound, and awareness, the pervasive kaya and wisdom display of the Buddhas. May practitioners of the profound and secret great perfection remain inseparable from the innermost one-taste awareness of wisdom mind. Thank you. So wonderful to practice together in the mandala of our precious teacher. So thanks for joining. And I think everyone knows as far as our Ngondro Saturday practices, we'll meet again not next week, but the Saturday after, which is June 26th. And then we have very special opportunity tomorrow. Khenpo Tsewang Dongyal Rinpoche is going to be continuing with his wonderful teachings on His Holiness Dudjom Rinpoche's Heart Advice for the Fortunate Ones. So that's going to be tomorrow morning, beginning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And then he will teach again on the 27th. So we sent out an email with this to everyone who's on the mailing list. It does involve registration to get the password. So if you haven't registered, if you look for your email, you can click that registration button and it will give you the information you'll need in order to join the teachings tomorrow morning. And if you haven't received the email for some reason, you can go to our website, padmasambhava.org/events, and you should be able to find the teaching listed there, and there's a link to register on our website as well. So that's happening. And then also next weekend on Saturday is when we'll be observing June 19th, the Mahaparinirvana of the great teacher and kind one, Khenpo Tsewang Dongyal Rinpoche. So we'll be meeting in the afternoon. Khenpo Tsewang will be leading the practice that day. It's beginning at 3:30 with a soak offering. And then it just so happens that the 10th day is Sunday. So we'll also have 10th day pujas on Sunday with the summer solstice, and that begins at 10. So thanks again for joining, and have a beautiful now ever. Thank you.